It's Sunday, the 16th of June 2019. I'm going to give you a technical analysis report of some UK and US stocks. Let's get straight into the video. Hi guys, it's Enny, aka the Noctrader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that alert button to get alerts on all my latest videos. I've got Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the Noctrader on all social media platforms. And if you check the description section below, there's a link to my mailing list. If you join my mailing list, you get priority access to my free training course that I'm creating for beginner traders, and you also get weekly emails that'll give you alerts on all my latest videos. Now let's get straight into the video. I've got one UK and 4 US stocks that I want to cover today. The first UK stock, well, the first and only UK stock I'm covering is Legal & General. Now, Legal & General. So straight on the technicals, you can see that it's been doing all sorts of stuff. But what I see straight away, the main thing I see right now is that it's got like, it's been ebbing and flowing, making a little bit of a channel pattern, but it's been making lower highs, and it looks like it's curving down in like a circular shape. So I can see it. The best way to describe it is to put like a circle around it here, something like that. I think, I don't know, something like that, like a circle. So what it's doing is that it's curving downwards. It's curving downwards. I can see it selling off at least back to this support line here at 254. So that'll make a gain of about 9 pips, which isn't that much. But if you use a high position, then you can make a little bit of money out of that. On the weekly chart, yeah, everything shows signs that it might sell off. I'm not sure actually, because the MACD and RSI doesn't look conclusive on a weekly chart. But I feel like it's going to sell off back to this support line, this 180-day simple moving average. And on the 4-hour chart, once again, it's done what I would expect it to do when you're selling off, which is it's broken the 15-day exponential moving average, this purple line, come back and consolidated below it, and I think it's going to sell off at least to this line here. So that's some small gains you can make quickly. On the daily chart as well, the MACD and RSI look like they're pointing downwards. So once again, I think that it could sell off at least to this support line, if not lower. And I'm just going off the fact that it's kind of peaked and troughed here, and then it's been making lower highs, and each lower high it's kind of been more steeper. So I could expect it to maybe go down further again, and then make a lower high, so that it could potentially something like this. Let me make this a dotted line, so you know that's. I can imagine something like this happening where it kind of comes down, and then it decides to come back up to this line again, and then go down further. That's my prediction anyway. Next one is Tesla. It looks like it's kind of rebounding now. At least I feel like it's going to come back up to this line. What we saw was that it found the support at $178, and now it started climbing up. It climbed up, and then it found a new resistance at $229, which was an old support here. As you can see here, double bottomed here, previously around beginning of May. But it's hit that, come back down, and then it looks like it's going to try again to break out of that, and I think it will, because the next line that it needs to break out of would be this descending resistance line that dates back all the way to December, that it stayed true to all the way back to December. So I think it may find a bit of resistance here, but for the short-term trade, it's going to climb up to this line at least, which is about 2,000 pips. I'd say the stop loss that could be set would be just below it, so that could be 1,000 pip stop loss, 2,000 pip gain, so that's 2-to-1 ratio, which is pretty good. But I think it's going to climb at least to this point, and then it might break out. If it doesn't, then it will retrace back down to this line here. But here to here, I feel like it's a good shout, and it's a good little short-term trade that you can make to this resistance line. Yeah, the MACD and RSI kind of inconclusive, not really telling us much. On the 4-hour chart though, what's telling is the 4-hour chart is kind of made a little bed here, and then it looks like it's curving up. MACD and RSI on the 4-hour chart looks like it's going to start curving up, so that could be quite telling. Next one is OHI. So on the daily chart, OHI, obviously it broke out of this ascending wedge pattern. Wait, let me move this. Broke out of this ascending wedge pattern. And now it's made like, and now it's on the daily chart, the 188 simple moving average has been acting as a bit of like a support line. So it keeps retracing back to this line, climbing up, hitting this horizontal channel pattern, retraces back to this line, and I feel like it's going to make its way up back to this resistance line again. It may break out of it, but I'm not sure about that. But it's kind of climbed, plateaued for a bit, and it's going to climb. I feel it's going to climb some more. The MACD and RSI are all telling me that it looks like it's going to keep on going up. As you can see, the MACD has gone into positive territory, and so is the RSI. On the 4-hour chart, it's kind of, the 4-hour chart, you can see that a little bit of like a kind of like an ascending wedge. I don't know. Let me see here what I can do. Yeah, something like that. I don't know if this really makes sense, but yeah, on the 4-hour chart, I feel like it's making higher highs, which is kind of showing a bullish move. Once again, the MACD and RSI kind of climbing. So I think that the next step would be for it to make its way back to this resistance line again before making a decision whether to break out of it or not. But I think there's a potential for just a short-term play here where it climbs the resistance line. But what's really telling to me is like the daily MACD and RSI. I like to see, this is what I like to see, where it kind of creeps up and it looks like it's going to just make another bullish move. And next one is ATI. ATI is a new one added to my watch list. Another potential short trade that I saw, and I like ATI because 180 simple moving average is above price and curving down, which shows the sign of selling off. It's created like a kind of like a descending. It's making lower lows since about March, and this keeps retracing back to this resistance line, which is descending. So it's hit it once, twice, 3 times, and now it's kind of at the resistance line again, and it's made a support around 2116. I think it's going to retrace back to that support line again. It could potentially break out, you never know, but I think there's a good chance it will retrace all the way back down to this line. That's about a 200 pip game, and the risk could be about 150 pips. So nearly 2-to-1 ratio, something like that. And finally, actually, and also, before I go into the next one, MACD and RSI look like they've kind of plateaued. They've hit a peak. Look like they're curving down. So it looks to me like it could be a potential short position. Yeah, everything's telling me that it's a potential short. The next one for me is, and then finally, it's ADNT. It's the position I'm in currently. It's not looking good right now. It's not looking good. Let me go to the daily. The daily chart. The big issue, and I said this before I even entered the trade, I said this was the only thing I had to worry about. The big issue is an ascending channel pattern, which has been climbing, and then started selling off for the last 3 days. And what I need is for the 188 simple moving average is acting as a bit of a resistance line. If price can break out of this, then it's smooth sailing all the way to the resistance line of the ascending channel pattern. But right now, its price is kind of lingering just below the 188 simple moving average on the daily chart. So hopefully next week it will break out of it, because right now I'm in a negative position. I was up about 70 quid on the 11th, and now I'm down. I don't even know how much I'm down right now. It's not that much, but I'd like to see a positive move. A positive move next week. Otherwise, I might have to just cut my losses and exit this position. But right now, I'm still quite positive that it could break out of it, because the MACD and RSI are not looking that favorable. But at the same time, you have to just look at historically. Around here, you might have said the same thing. So the MACD is kind of pointing down. MACD is kind of flat. RSI is kind of pointing down, and then it had a red day here, and then it shot up the next couple of days. So I'm hoping that will happen here. We'll see tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow what happens, and I'll make a decision based on that. But right now I'm still in ADNT. And yeah, so that's it. Any, aka the Noctrader, signing out.